Have you ever seen a traditional Japanese garment like this, the hakama, and wondered, what exactly is that? I mean, at first glance, it looks like a really elegant pleated skirt. But is that the whole story? Well, the answer is way more interesting than you might think. With its deep pleats and that graceful flowing shape, the hakama's totally iconic. You'll see it all the time in martial arts or at really formal ceremonies. But hidden inside that beautiful design is a pretty big secret about what this garment actually is. So that brings us right back to the big question. Is it a skirt or is it a pair of pants? Now, you might be looking at it and thinking, come on, it's obviously a skirt. But here's the wild part. The answer is it's both. And it all depends on which type of hakama we're talking about. To really get it, we have to go back in time. We've got to start with its origins, as a practical piece of gear for Japan's warrior class, the samurai.
Okay, so first up is the umanori hakama. Now, the name itself, umanori, literally translates to horse riding, which, gives you a massive clue about what it was for and how it was made.
The umanori's design is just a masterclass in function over form. It's actually divided into two separate legs, just like trousers. This was obviously a game changer for samurai. You can't exactly ride a horse into battle in a restrictive skirt, right? That same mobility is exactly why it's still the go-to for so many martial arts. But the real genius is in the pleats. They're not just for looks. They brilliantly hide the fact that there are legs underneath, creating that powerful skirt-like look while concealing its true practical nature. And here you can see it, the truth hiding in plain sight. While it might trick you from a distance, the umanori is, at its core, a pair of pants. It was engineered for action. So for this version of the hakama, the answer is definitive. It's pants. But wait, that's only half the story. Because as Japanese society changed, so did the hakama. And that led to a completely different version of the garment. So now let's meet the andon hakama. The name andon actually refers to a type of traditional Japanese paper lantern, which perfectly describes its undivided tubular shape. This is, without a doubt, a skirt. This version popped up much later in the 18th century, and it's a total departure from its warrior predecessor. It's a single, undivided garment, a true skirt. Its purpose wasn't for battle, but for everyday life and, later on, formal ceremonies. Today, it's most famously worn by women at university graduations. It's chosen for its elegance and comfort in moments that, well, don't require riding a horse. So that begs the question, right? Why have two totally different versions? Well, the fact that both the umanori and the andon exist tells us an amazing story of cultural adaptation, of a garment that evolved from the battlefield to the ceremony hall. All right, let's put them side by side. This should make the distinction crystal clear. When you break it all down, the difference is just so clear. The umanori is basically pants, built for the mobility that a samurai absolutely needed. The andon, on the other hand, is a skirt, designed for the comfort and practicality you'd want for a formal occasion. They're two distinct garments, sharing one name, and each one is perfectly evolved for its purpose. So you see, the hakama is so much more than just an article of clothing. It's really a piece of living history. So is the hakama a skirt or pants? As we've seen, the answer is a resounding yes. It embodies this fascinating duality, reflecting a whole culture's journey from feudal warfare to academic celebration. It's a single garment that tells two very different stories. It just goes to show you that sometimes the most interesting questions don't have simple answers. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What other cultural objects can you think of that carry such a complex history in their very design?